So where do you envision the MMA going? Because one of the things I've noticed, most of the women professional fighters are attempting to be well-rounded. I don't see a lot who are great with kicks, though. And I do think that's an element that's not used enough. Obviously, Gina is great with it. But where do you see it going? I mean, you want to be a professional?
Of course.
Okay.
But right now, I'm just going to have fun and do the basic thing I need to do and be an amateur, because I got thrown in with kickboxing just because of my looks.
Yeah.
And I think right now I'm going to take some time, get good, and then they can throw me to the wolves later.
I've got a one-year schedule for Latasha as far as her career, and I've made the commitment to her as a trainer, as as somewhat of a manager to make sure she does it the right way. MMA it has the potential, especially for women now, to be a big thing, and I think it's people like her that are going to make it that. So, we're going to take this nice and easy and slow. She's in great shape. She's got a lot of youth on her side, and she's really starting to understand. She came into this sport as one of the best female kickboxers in the world. And she's got a base, so we just have to build on that. So I think a year as an amateur, and then she'll be ready to go big.
How about going to the ground? Have you done a lot of that? I mean, how was that?
Yeah. It's fun. It's different. I get a little crazy when I go to the ground, but it's fun. It's different. When you're comfortable on your stand-up. Mm-hmm. But I can say I'm comfortable on the ground, too. I have good training partners, great coaches, and if it's going to the ground, I'm going to still be fighting. It's okay.
Who do you actually work with on the ground in a gym full of men?
A guy, Dennis Davis. He's an awesome fighter. And he's really just kind of took me in and shown me the ropes.
We're fortunate as well at Extreme Couture. We have quite a few females that come through the gym, not necessarily on a full-time basis, but from other gym stuff that travel through. So Latasha's been able to be able to train with women, which is a very key aspect to this, because obviously you can always use that, I train with guys, but it's a different thing when you're in there with a woman. So, and obviously Kim Couture's been coming up through the ranks as well, and has worked in as a training partner with us as well.
So as a guy, how do you work with a woman on the ground, especially when they look like this, and seriously, and turn back your natural urges?
Well, don't look at me. I'm not.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. It's like, yeah.
Viable question.
No, absolutely, and I mean, even me as a coach, I pick and choose, really who she works with, and make sure that they're professional people, and they take. Absolutely, they got to think that way. I mean, it's just natural instinct. But
need freaking eunuchs in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
I just remind her that she can use her elbows and her fists on the ground as well.
That's a good point. Yeah.
We keep people in check. Don't worry.
I don't want to, have worry about using a third leg to knee you with on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's really not like that.
I know you say that, but guys are guys.
Amen.
Yeah, there you go. Rick from Bada Bing's in the background. He's like, yeah, that's what he's thinking about. It is. I do find it interesting though, because at most gyms, like you mentioned, you'll have guest female fighters come in, but for the most part, you guys are fighting guys.
Right. Yeah, but keep in mind also what I do, I take very seriously.
Yeah.
I'm a professional at what I do, and she's a professional up and coming. I pick and choose who she works with, and if I think the person's not adult enough to be able to handle what we do, they don't work with us.
Right. So Phil Baroni's not rolling on the ground with you.
Nope.
Latasha gave a big yes to that one. Okay. Hey, let's get on the ground over there. All right. Latasha Marzolla is in the studio. So you did Playboy a couple of times. People can find the pictures out there if you guys want to do the searches. Very attractive. She's hot. Where do you draw the line, though, on promoting yourself as a fighter and using the Playboy stuff? Are you comfortable doing that? Is it something you're going to turn off completely? Because some women, like good example, some athletes are mad right now at Danica Patrick. Female athletes. They're like, why is she doing that? She shouldn't be doing all the GoDaddy stuff.
Sounds like you're jealous. I'm serious.
So where do you fall?
Well, if you have it, show it. It's not. I'm very proud of who I am and what I was. Right now, I am a different person. I don't know what I would do if the opportunity came up again, but I'm just trying to set a good example for women. And my daughter, I have a little girl now, so it changed my outlook. I was young, needed the money for years, but right now I'm focusing on being a fighter, and that's what I'm going to do. So the Playboy stuff, all that is all on hold. I want some titles.
What do you do if you're kind of managing her too? How do you handle it?
I mean, I don't see it. I don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, I see it as a good thing, especially for the sport. The point that we're in the sport. I mean, if that's gonna bring Latasha and make her who she is, which it is, it's a big part of her life. You know, I don't want to take that away from her. I think it's a great marketing tool. Let's be realistic. You know, she's a Playboy superstar that's a fighter. You know, but she was a model first, you know, so why leave that behind? She moved into fighting. She's not a fighter that tried to be a model. She's a model that's a real fighter.
Gina Carano deals with the same thing. I don't know if she's as comfortable with it, though. You know Gina, obviously.
Yes.
You're friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
How does she react to it? Because just about every interview, like I did a video with her about 3 months ago, and the first part of the interview was, you know, about whatever, being a guy and chicks and her doing the worm in a skirt, and people on the net are like, oh, let's talk about the fighting. Well, you know what? From the female standpoint, you've got a male audience, you might want to play it up a little bit without getting filthy.
Yeah.
How does she feel about it?
She is a good girl.
Yeah.
You know, she's not like that. Eventually, I mean, I don't know what she has planned, but she's just a good girl. She's a class act.
Yeah, I think Gina's really just kind of taking things as they come. You know, it's a brand new adventure for her. You know, and it truly is an adventure because she's getting. I mean, what she made the top 100 for Maxim and really made the top 20.
Well, better than that, she made Yahoo put out a list of I think it was 6 most influential women in the world.
Right.
And well, they put out a bigger list than that, but she was like 5 or 6.
Really?
That's awesome.
Which I mean,
how great is that for mixed martial arts?
Great.
You know, and more than that, how great is that for women in mixed martial arts? You know, and she really does do it in a good way. There's always going to be people out there that are going to get photos and footage, and you know, the sport is Hollywood right now. You know, it's the entertainment business. People want to catch us doing things we're not supposed to do. And, you know, she's a class act, and she's going to lead the right way, just like Latasha knows what she's doing. You know, so what? She was in Playboy? Great, good for her. You know, she should be.
Yeah, but I think the point is, it's kind of significant, and I'm not into women fighting at all. I mean, I've been pretty clear about that. I just don't like it.
Oh.
But I support it. But I'm glad it's getting past the Mia St. John stage. You know, no offense to Mia, but she couldn't fight at all, had no ability, and it was all about Playboy model in a boxing ring. You know, they dressed her up in the pink frilly stuff, and it was kind of it was cheap. It was stupid. This is real. I mean, so you know, I got to give you full credit on that.
And I think boxing and kickboxing really did travel down that route for a long time. You know,
it's easy to do.
They were putting strippers in the ring against real boxers, and it was just, you know, it was a foolish. They ruined it. You know what I mean? Where Latasha is really just, you know, she's a real fighter. You know, she's an athlete.
You know, the other reason I give you credit is I would assume that if you placed a call to Vince McMahon, that you could easily make 6 figures easily and do that. No interest, huh?
I'm just not in it for that. I want to, you know, do some things for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have goals that I want to achieve. Later, it'll come.
All right.
You know?
Well, once I get my law degree, then I'm your agent, and I'm gonna make you do stuff to make money. No, I'm kidding.
Want to bet?
So, what do you know about?
You can't.
I was going to say, yeah. If I get some of the knees and kicks that she was showing yesterday in the gym, I'm dead. I'll have to run. So, do you know anything about the person you're fighting?
Yes, I've watched her fight. Her name's Christy Tata.
What kind of fighter?
She's a brawler.
Yeah.
She's all around. She's got some good stuff. It's going to be an awesome fight. She's a tough girl.
So she's not shooting and trying to lay and pray?
She's your typical Hawaiian. She's going to come out. She comes out swinging. You know,
she's tough.
she's tough. She takes punishment. But I think we're going to be a lot more technical than she is. Let's put it that way.
How are you dealing with the technical stuff? Did you get any kind of training on any high level in the past?
Yeah, I'm from the same school Gina's from.
Okay.
I grew up at Master Toddy's and
Right.
had a good, you know, base. But now it's totally different. That's why I have Shawn, because he needs to take what I have and make it work in MMA. And that's huge. There's a lot of hours behind what I'm doing.
Well, we could see you yesterday. What are you fighting at? What weight?
130.
So it's 130?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're looking slim and trim now. I think. I don't know.
She's in great shape.
I can't tell.
She's in great shape, and she
Yeah.
takes it serious. I mean, the guys come into the gym and they put in, you know, 4 to 6 hours a day every day. So does Latasha. And that's why I take her seriously.